So I asked in the community section if there were any interview questions that intimidated or scare you, or you just don't quite know how to answer. So I've gotten a few responses. If you have additional interview questions that you would like some help figuring out how to answer, let me know in that community chat discussion or as a comment on this video, and I will create a new video discussing how I might answer that question and what types of things that you should look for or think about when you're trying to answer those questions. So one of the first questions I got in the community discussion was, how do you answer the question, run me through your CV or your resume? So let me pull up my resume really quick. There's a couple of strategies or things to think about rather when walking through your resume. And I think the most important thing that you should consider when walking through your resume is what is the goal or the job that you're trying to achieve, right? So if I look at my own resume, there's a few different ways I can focus the things that I've accomplished on my resume. I could either focus on the specific hard skills that I learned, right? Process modeling, elicitation, prototyping, wireframing, all the UX stuff. However, as a more senior, experienced employee, I might be looking for a management position. So while I do want to talk about all the different skills and tools and etc. that I might have gained along the way, more importantly, if I want a management position, I should talk about how all of these positions impacted how I feel about management and leadership. So if I were looking at my own resume, I might talk about my first position as a junior analyst, which is where I really kind of started to understand what the role of business analysis is. And then my next role, where I was the main BA on a project where I got from start to finish, got to lead the requirements elicitation and gathering and documentation and watching it get deployed and testing it and kind of going through that whole cycle, and how it gave me the experience that I needed to really understand the value that I brought to the table as a business analyst, which led me into more senior business analyst positions. And during that time, I also became more passionate about user experience design. So I requested that I was allowed to be on projects where I got to impact the user experience design. And during that time, as a senior business analyst and user experience analyst, I got my master's degree in user experience design. From then on, I got to be a part of a team of business analysts. And during that course of work, I really enjoyed the leadership aspects of being a business analyst. Early in my career, I had decided that I wanted to be a stellar business analyst. And then at this point, as a leader, because I had that knowledge, because I had that information and drive, it allowed me to pass on what I'd learned to more junior business analysts, lead them, guide them, and kind of be a mentor. And I began to learn that I actually really enjoyed that aspect of the job, not just the doing of the work, but helping others be successful as well. And then finally, it led me to a position where I was wholly independent. I was responsible for the user experience strategy of my entire organization. So I got to work with all the teams in my organization, not just the specific projects that might have been in my vertical or industry at the time, which was a really great experience for me to expand my scope of work and really get to know all the different people in my organizations and how different things might work. And which finally led me to the point where I feel confident in my skills and my abilities, but I also get a lot of fulfillment from watching others grow and being a part of that growth journey, which is why I'm here applying for this job to be a leader or a manager of some type of business analyst or user experience designers. So as you see, I talked about my journey. I focused mostly on specific roles that I played, but you could pepper in different things again based off of the role you're trying to gain or achieve in the interview, essentially the job that you're interviewing for, right? So if I look at my resume, other things I might have been able to mention are that I created a business analysis center of practice that was totally independent. Nobody asked me to do that, but it was something that helps benefit me as well as the people who worked around me. And the fact that I was also a coach in many different instances at my organization to help people grow, motivate people. So leading people, managing people, growing people is something that I'm passionate about. And therefore, if you hire me to be a leader or a manager, I'm going to approach that job with passion. So to kind of sum it up, when you walk through your resume, walk through it in a way that leads to the story of why you should be getting the job that you are currently applying for. Thanks for watching. If you have any additional questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll either answer you there or I'll create a whole new video just like this one to answer your question. If it's one specifically about interviewing, I'll probably create a new video just like this one, as this is kind of how this whole video even started. So thanks for watching.